what do you think the average person needs in order to start using crypto, and what do you think is going to be the thing that can help reduce friction?
Friction is definitely a question here, because if we're looking at the general audience or people outside of crypto space, they obviously don't know about MetaMask, or they obviously don't know about any crypto wallets, and they will be scared if you just show them a seed phrase and say that, oh, you should memorize these 16 words, or like write them down on a paper and don't show to anyone else. Otherwise, you will lose all your funds. That's something that is really new, and it's not really clear to majority of people why they need to do it, and how to protect their funds. They they lived all their life relying on centralized banks, and trusted their funds to be saved by those centralized institutions or government. And of course, we can't expect them to change right away. I do think that onboarding process should be very easy, and it might be still centralized. It might be still Web2 like, just to make it simpler for general audience to get into crypto space. But our responsibility at the same time is to educate every single person entering the world of crypto on why it is important to use a crypto wallet, why it's important to use cold wallet or hardware wallet, what is the seed phrase, how to store it secure, how to make sure they can protect their funds, explaining that centralized institutions and platforms are not guaranteeing them the protection of their funds, and they can be seized by either the bank, they can be hacked easier by other individuals, they can also seized by a government, nor any other institution, of course, or this money is not belong to you as long as they store it on a centralized platform. At the same time, we always are talking about decentralization and centralization issue, and trying to find a compromise. So if individuals are entering the space in a centralized way and then trying to withdraw their funds, we're now touching another important aspect is data privacy. Since blockchain technology gives you a full transparency, you need to make sure how you also want to protect and can protect your individual data. And that's another question that I feel it's our responsibility to actually teach the newcomers whenever they start moving from centralized platform to decentralized, or trying to withdraw their funds from a hot wallet in their cold wallet. We need to explain how they can secure their information, just to make sure that the data is not being traced back to them. Of course, if they want to protect their personal data. And that's also another issue that we need to explain why it's important to protect your personal data. Of course, lately I started noticing that majority of people don't really care about their personal data. They don't understand why it's important, and they're happy to accept all the cookies or just to read some I don't know, entertaining information on the website, join like Instagram, look through their newsfeed, and then receive target ads. They don't mind it at all. But we need to explain what the data is and how powerful it can be and how it can be used against them in future. Also, you mentioned another aspect is about crypto being used for purchases. And I feel people still don't understand what crypto is about when we talk about payments. Of course, if we're trying to make Bitcoin a legal tender, we need to understand that Bitcoin is deflationary currency. And so far, and I already mentioned it previously as well in other podcasts and conversations, but I'm always happy to repeat it. So far, we only have one country that had a deflationary system, and this is Japan. And it wasn't really beneficial for the economy, because our world economy was built on currency being inflationary between 3 to 5%. And that what we're assuming a healthy inflation to make sure that economy and all businesses are working and all businesses are earning. And until we figure out how economy can work with deflationary currencies and work in an efficient and healthy way, making sure that local businesses are not going bankrupt because people simply don't want to spend their funds, since tomorrow your money costs more and you can buy more. Of course, we're not gonna do purchases today. We're gonna wait till tomorrow, and that's where small businesses gonna have a lot of loss. So until we figure out how economy can work with the deflationary currencies, we cannot expect, and we should not expect deflationary cryptocurrencies to become a mainstream currency, because it can actually have a harmful effect on economy. And I think no one actually talks about, and no one really realizes that that is a problem, and it's something that should be solved and should be discussed.
That's so interesting because actually just the other day on Twitter I saw that somebody had posted that they bought food with Bitcoin, and then underneath in the comments there was a whole bunch of people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't buy fiat food with Bitcoin." And I just thought that was interesting, like the backlash or the reaction from people when Bitcoin is actually spent on everyday things.
And at the same time, like I heard like my friend actually mentioning yesterday, a big problem, let's say in US, if you're doing a crypto purchase in, let's say, coffee, some coffee store, then you actually should pay taxes on a difference in exchange rate for Bitcoin. And that's another issue. If you're gonna spend, let's say, Bitcoin daily in a different at different merchants, different locations, how your tax report gonna look like?
Yeah.
With all these like thousands of transactions, how it's supposed to be calculated? And sometimes you're just gonna pay a tax that's gonna be larger than your potential purchase. So that's another issue that should be solved. And I mean, I don't believe in a taxation system in general, how it's designed right now. I believe in a SaaS model for taxation. But yeah, that's completely different question.